In the early hours of December 26th, 1980, deep in the quiet woods of Suffolk, England, something strange lit up the night sky. What began as a routine security alert at a U.S. Air Force base would soon become one of the most famous UFO cases in British history. An event many still call Britain's Roswell, at the time. Rendlesham Forest sat between two U.S.-operated military bases, RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge. Just after 3 in the morning, security personnel near the East Gate noticed unusual lights descending into the nearby forest. Believing a plane might have crashed, several airmen were sent to investigate. But what they reported finding would spark decades of debate. As the servicemen entered the forest, they noticed animals from a nearby farm behaving wildly, almost as if something had disturbed them. Moving deeper into the trees, the men later described seeing a glowing object emitting colored lights. According to their accounts, the object appeared metallic and moved quickly through the forest before suddenly disappearing toward the coast. When investigators returned at daylight, they reported finding a small clearing marked by 3 ground impressions arranged in a triangular pattern. Broken branches and what some described as burn marks were also noted in the surrounding area. To believers, this looked like possible landing evidence. To skeptics, it looked like something far more ordinary. 2 nights later, the mystery deepened. Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt personally led a team back into the forest. This time, he brought a tape recorder, documenting events in real time. During the patrol, Halt reported seeing strange flashing lights in the distance and described 3 star-like objects hovering above the horizon, occasionally sending beams of light down toward the ground. Halt later submitted an official memo to the UK Ministry of Defence detailing the encounter. When the document eventually became public years later, the story spread worldwide, cementing Rendlesham Forest's reputation as the United Kingdom's most famous UFO case. But not everyone was convinced something extraordinary had occurred. Skeptics offered several possible explanations. One theory suggested the initial falling light may have been a bright meteor, sometimes called a fireball, which was recorded over southern England around the same time. Another pointed to the nearby Orfordness lighthouse, whose powerful beam was known to flash in the direction of the forest. Some investigators also argued the hovering star-like lights were simply bright stars distorted by atmospheric conditions. Even the physical evidence was disputed. Forestry workers later suggested the triangular ground marks could have been rabbit diggings, and the broken branches were described as common forest damage rather than signs of a landing. The UK Ministry of Defence ultimately concluded the incident posed no threat to national security and chose not to pursue a deeper investigation. Despite the official explanations, many of the original witnesses, including Lieutenant Colonel Halt, maintained for years that what they encountered could not be easily explained. The case gradually evolved from a military curiosity into a modern legend, debated by researchers, skeptics, and UFO enthusiasts alike. More than 4 decades later, Rendlesham Forest remains one of the most discussed UFO incidents in Europe. Was it a perfect storm of misidentified lights and nighttime confusion? Or did trained military personnel truly witness something unknown moving through the English forest that winter? Even today, beneath the quiet trees of Rendlesham, the mystery refuses to disappear.